So I was laying on the bed just a few minutes ago, and my American Bulldog Moo hit me in the eye again. This is the second time this month, right before filming a video, that he has poked me in the eye. He's quite a rascal. So if my eye looks, that's the reason why. Let's consider AdWords, that system by which YouTube interjects video advertisements into our streams as a legitimate platform, as an alternative space for both experimental design and contemporary art. When you think of a bumper campaign, one of the first things that has to come to mind are the Old Spice ads.
Flex your hair muscles with Old Spice's strongest holding styling products.
All right, so let's think of AdWords less as an advertising platform and more as an alternative space for contemporary art and design. An alternative space similar to the public wall that the graffiti artist uses, or a gallery space, a non-traditional gallery space. The two most important components in that equation are, as I mentioned earlier, that with bumper ads, they're 6-second ads that are non-skippable. The individual is forced to see them. And here is the second most important component. There's something called, in the system, there's something called placements. All right, here's the money shot, both figuratively and literally, and here's one of my major points. Let's take a look at some of my placements. Here we can see a list of YouTube videos and channels that I'm inserting 6-second bumpers in front of. This is a highly specific and very carefully curated list of both videos and YouTube channels that I put together where I wanted to interject my work. All right, let's search this list to make my point more clearly. Here's a search for Hans Ulrich Obrist, one of the most important contemporary art curators. And here's a very specific video that I selected as one of my spaces. Oh, there we have it. Here's one of my bumpers.
Adventure is over the pity throws with their tough death. Whose parents past drive.
The point being, both for better and worse, individuals searching for this specific Hans Ulrich Obrist video are at times forced to sit through my 6-second bumper. We can think of this as a compulsory or as a forced public space for our art. In a lot of ways, kind of similar to the way graffiti artists forge a public space for their work. Let's take a quick look at two of these bumpers and then one in-stream piece that I've made.
Where civil blood, rage, makes civil hands unclean.
All right, now all you douchebag haters can back off and settle down. Hashtag Tiger Blood, hashtag winning. I get it. Advertisement, schmadvertisement, experimental design, contemporary art, what's the difference? Indeed, what is the difference? Indeed, what is the difference? This is bumper number 2, targeting those same placements. And here's bumper number 3.
Barry, misadventure is over the pity throws with their tough death. Whose parents past drive.
The final thing that I'm going to show is a 45-second in-stream ad, which is different than a bumper.
Get down, cry.
Study experimental graphic design. Study experimental graphic design. My father, Elliott Earls.
Two households, both alike in dignity and fair Verona, where we lay our seal.
With my father, Elliott Earls.
From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventured piteous overthrows doth with their death bury their parents' strife.
Harry, the application deadline is February 1st. Application deadline February 1. Cranbrook Academy Vault. Cranbrook Academy Vault. Application deadline February 1. Hurry. Deadline February 1. Study experimental graphic design at Cranbrook Academy of Art. Application deadline February 1.
Google AdWords, and more specifically the YouTube advertising platform, has the potential to be a compelling, compulsory space for experimental design and contemporary art. Needless to say, you're paying, but you also possess the capacity to dial in, to specifically tune and curate very specific demographics and audiences to the degree that you could never do historically. It's a really amazing, this represents an amazing non-traditional space for contemporary art and design.